Okay, so here we're going to be solving inequalities, this time with multiplication and division. Now we want to solve the inequality and graph it. So let's look at the first one. We have, this is just like if it was x divided by 7 equals negative 3. Okay, we want to do the same steps. So here we have x divided by 7 is less than negative 3. Okay, so here we want to multiply both sides by 7. When you do these cancel out, we get x is less than negative 21. And that's it. So the way we graph that is we want to put a number line, put some numbers. I'm going to put negative 21 in the middle, two numbers smaller, and two numbers bigger. And we want to circle the negative 21. And because there's no line underneath it, there's no or equal to, it's going to be an open circle. And we're going to shade, since it's the variable's on the left side, we just follow the inequality. And it points to the left. So less than, we go to the left. Remember, make sure the variable's on the left side of the inequality. And that's it. Now let's look at number 2. We have 8y is greater than or equal to 5. Same thing as if it was 8y equals 5. So the opposite of multiplying by 8 is dividing by 8. These cancel out. We get y is greater than or equal to 5/8. All right. And there, well, let me show you a trick for, so our variable's on the left side, and there's our number. Okay, let me show you a trick for graphing fractions. This one's really nice. So 5 again, and we're going to put that 5/8 in the middle, and now we're just going to move the numerator. Okay, so 2 that are smaller than 5/8, 2 that are smaller than 5, so 4 and 3, and then 2 that are bigger than 5, 6 and 8. Sorry, 7. Must be tired. And then we just put the denominator, 8, 8, 8, 8. That's it. See, not too bad. Now we're going to circle that 5/8, and because it does have that or equal to right there, we do want to close it. So we want to shade it in. And because our variable's on the left side, we just follow the inequality, and it looks like it's pointing to the left, right? Looks like the right. Looks like an arrow pointing to the right. Ta-da! All right, and this time we have a fraction for the coefficient. And notice that our variable is on the right side. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to move it to the left. Okay, and the 12 here. So I just switched those. And since I switched those around, remember I have to switch that inequality. We saw that before already. And the way you want to solve this one is there's actually two ways to do it. You can get rid of that division first, so multiply and then get rid of that multiplication by dividing, or we can do it all at once. Okay, so I'll do it all at once first, and then I'll do it one at a time first, and then I'll do it all at once in the next one. Okay, so let's do it one at a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this up, and this is just like a divided by 5. Okay, a divided by 5. So what's the opposite of dividing by 5? Multiplying by 5. So we multiply 5 on both sides. Ta-da! And then these cancel out. The denominator cancels out, and there we get 3a is greater than 60. And now we can divide by 3. And this way it's not a one step, but it's not too bad. Divide by 3, we get a is greater than 20. There's our answer. Now we're going to graph it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 in the middle, 2 smaller, so 19 and 18, 2 bigger, 21 and 22. Put a circle on 20, and there's no or equal to, so it's gonna be open, and the inequality is pointing to the right. There we go. On to the next. So here we have x divided by -7 is less than 3. Wait a minute. This is the same thing. Oh, okay. So here, the only difference is this one had a -3, and then our 7 was positive. This one, our 7 is negative. Okay. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I want you to see that you do the same thing. So you want to, the opposite of dividing by -7 is multiplying by -7. Don't forget that negative. Now, one of the things different with inequalities as compared to equations is that when you multiply or divide both sides by a negative, when you multiply or divide both sides by a negative, then you're going to move, you have to flip the inequality. Okay, and I'll talk about that in class. So here we have x, and 3 times -7 is -21. But here, we need to flip that one because we multiplied both sides by a negative. So flip. Okay, so we need to flip that inequality. So instead of being less than, it becomes greater than. Dun, dun, dun. And it's if you multiply both sides by a negative. And let's graph that. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, so -21, smaller than -21, -22, -23, -20, and -19. Circle it, open circle, and this time it's going to be shaded to the right. Mr. T. In the first one, we multiplied by -2. All right, so a lot of students, they think, oh, we multiplied by negative here as well, so we should have flipped that inequality as well. Remember, you only flip it when you multiply or divide both sides by a negative. So both sides by negative, okay? Here, it's just one side. No negatives here, just on the right side. That's why we don't flip it. All right, let's look at the next. Number 5. And this one looks similar to number 2, except this time we have the -8. So watch what happens. Opposite of multiplying by -8, remember there's an invisible multiplication symbol there. Opposite of multiplying by -8 is dividing by -8. These cancel out. We get y, and then we get -5/8. And because we multiplied by both sides by negative, we have to flip. So instead of being greater than or equal to, that becomes less than or equal to. All right. And that's our answer. So now let's graph that one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have -5/8. This time it's a negative, so like the smaller inequality, the smaller numerators are going to be -6 and -7, and the bigger numerators are going to be -4 and -3. And I just put the 8 underneath each of those. Put a circle at -5/8, and we have that or equal to, so we're going to close it, and it's pointing to the left. It's a less than or equal to, so it goes to the left. Ta-da! All right, and the last one, we have 12 is less than or equal to -3/5 a, just like that. All right, so we did it a 2-step method last time. Let's do the 1-step, okay? So here, we can divide Opposite of multiplying is dividing, but when you divide by a fraction, you do that. The steps for dividing a fraction by a fraction is you change division to multiplication and take the reciprocal of the second one. So we take the reciprocal of -3/5 and we get -5/3. Reciprocal just means to flip it upside down. Okay? So we multiply both sides by that, and we get 3 goes into 12, or 12 divided by 3 is 4, or we can do 5 times -12 is -60, divided by 3 is -20. Okay. Those cancel out. We get oops, forgot to switch it. My bad. Okay, we get -20. All right, and we multiply both sides by negative, so that becomes, we have to flip this one. That becomes less than, greater than. And now we have to, we want the a to be on the left side, right? I should have done this before, sorry. Flip those around, and that becomes flipped as well. So a is less than -20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -20, -21, -22, -19, -18. All right, circle the -20. It's going to be an open circle. There's no or equal to's underneath. And it's going to be shaded to the left because it looks like it's pointing to the left, right?